In today's video, I'm reviewing a 2002 Toyota Tacoma. This is the first generation model of the Tacoma that ran from the 1995 to 2004 model year. In 1996, they replaced the recessed headlights with a flush mount headlight, and then it saw minor updates for the 1998 and 2001 model year. As a vehicle, the Tacoma's got a number of great attributes, but one of its best qualities is that it's a really good looking vehicle. The styling is excellent, and this first generation model is no exception to that. It really set the stage for the Tacoma lineage, and it continues to be a really good looking vehicle many years after it was first introduced. I'd go so far as to say that it's already a classic and will continue to be a classic for many years to come. I mentioned that they did a headlight update in 1996, going from the recessed headlight to a flush mount, and then another minor update for the 1998 and 2001 model year. Given that this is a 2002, it's the most updated version of the Tacoma. Main differences that you'll note is that the headlight and grille design's been updated. This specific vehicle has the grille blacked out. And then we also see updated fender flares. And then coming around to the rear of the vehicle, the tail lights were also updated with that 2001 refresh. We also see updated wheel packages with the 2001 update. Although you see that this vehicle has aftermarket wheels and tires. It's got a set of 17-inch wheels and 285s. It's also been lifted. I believe it's a 3-inch lift. And then of course we've got the canopy and the side steps. Overall, a really great looking truck. This first generation model, the Tacoma, is much smaller than the second and third generations. Really more of a true compact truck versus the midsize that we see with the second and third. This first generation Tacoma was offered as a regular cab, double cab, which you see here, or a crew cab starting in 2001. They also began offering the TRD off-road package starting in 1998. With that package, you get a locking rear differential. It's only available in the pre-runner and four-wheel drive models that are equipped with a V6. This truck is not the TRD off-road package. But overall, really great looking truck, and as I mentioned, it's already a classic and continues to age very well. I expect that it'll be a classic for many years going forward. Looking inside, you'll see it's got a pretty basic interior, not a lot of added luxury or tech features, although it still has a pretty nice overall look and layout. Some of the options that we do get on this model are power windows, power door locks, and power mirrors. A little storage space built into the door. Seats are manually operated and fairly comfortable. To the left of the steering column, we've got a button here for activating the electronically controlled transmission, and then a little knob for adjusting the brightness of the instrument cluster. Steering wheel is updated for 2001, and then you'll see the instrument cluster also has the white gauges with that 2001 refresh. Center dash, we've got a couple of vents and climate control. It's a single zone system. You'll see we've also got a control here for activating or deactivating the passenger airbag. This vehicle's got an aftermarket stereo. To the left of that, you'll see an LCD screen with a clock readout. And then we've got our parking brake. Down below, we've got a cigarette lighter and ashtray. And then we've got two 12-volt outlets here. Four-wheel drive shifter. It's got a for low and high option. Two cup holders. Center console. This actually folds up. We've got some more storage space down below. Up above, we've got a manual dimming rear view mirror and a couple reading lights, but definitely a very basic interior. On the driver's side, you'll see if we pull this lever, the seat folds forward, but fairly restricted access to that rear seat. If we walk around to the passenger side of the vehicle, you'll see that access is a little bit better. Pull this lever, seat folds forward and slides forward. Gives you pretty good access to the back where we've got the little jump seats. Increases seating capacity to 4. You'll see that the seats fold down. It's not the most comfortable or most spacious, but does give you that added space. And you'll see that in the floorboard, we've got some little storage compartments on both the passenger and driver side. Also got a little storage compartment here. Not much else to see at the rear here either, but it's got a 6-foot bed in this extended cab configuration. On the double cab models, you're going to see that it's got a shorter 5-foot bed. The first generation Tacoma was available in either a rear-wheel drive pre-runner configuration or 4-wheel drive, and was offered with 3 different engine options. The base engine was a 2.4-liter 4-cylinder with 142 horsepower and 160 pound-feet of torque. That engine was only available in rear-wheel drive and offered an EPA rating of 21 miles per gallon. They also offered a 2.7-liter 4-cylinder with 150 horsepower and 177 pound-feet of torque. EPA rating on that engine is 18 miles per gallon. And this truck's got the 3.4-liter V6 with 190 horsepower and 220 pound-feet of torque. EPA rating is 16 miles per gallon. You'll see that it's also got an aftermarket air intake. Also worth noting that the 3 different engine options were available with either a 5-speed manual or a 4-speed automatic transmission. Now, if you aren't a subscriber on my channel, you wouldn't know that I previously had a 2006 Tacoma Access cab in black, and I currently have a 2016 double cab in black. So driving this first generation model in black is very near and dear to my heart. It's really fun to drive this truck and see where the Tacoma was and see where it is today. And while the current 3rd generation Tacoma is an excellent truck and overall definitely a much more advanced vehicle in every capacity, it's much more luxurious, it's got a lot more luxury and tech features, there's still something really special about this first generation model and kind of the origins that you get in the Tacoma with the first generation. The fact that it's just a really solid, basic truck, something really special about that. And the other thing that I really like about this first generation model is that it's so much smaller than what you see in the 2nd and 3rd generation. With the 2nd and 3rd, it grew substantially. It's now identified as a mid-sized truck, whereas this first generation model is designated as a compact truck. So something really kind of fun about the smaller size that you get with this first generation. The other thing that's really handy about the smaller size is that if you're doing some off-road driving, I feel like you get to a lot of places in this model that you couldn't go in the 2nd and 3rd because it's so much smaller. For example, going down really narrow trails, you can get to where you're going without leaving pinstripes down the side. So something that's really nice about the truck. Definitely is much more primitive than what you get with the 2nd and 3rd. A lot more choppy ride, less powerful, steering feels not as good. I mean, everything about it, it feels like an older truck. It feels a lot more dated, but it's still a really solid overall truck. And of course, these Tacomas are known for having a legendary reputation for reliability and durability, as well as incredible off-road capability. We'll do a quick acceleration test here, pulling onto the highway. Here the truck is definitely working hard. Powertrains would not necessarily be one of the strong points about the Tacoma, other than from a reliability standpoint. They're a little bit gutless in some sense. Definitely gets you up to highway speed, but it struggles a little bit. And then the fuel economy is not all that good either. So I would say that those are a couple of downsides with the Tacoma, but most people are getting these because they're reliable, they're durable, not because they're powerful. One downside about these first generation models of the Tacoma is that they had pretty significant rust issues, and so Toyota preemptively put out a 15-year recall on the Tacomas. Basically, they would buy your truck back or do a full frame replacement. So definitely something to watch for if you're looking to get into a first generation Tacoma. Great thing about Central Oregon is that they don't salt the roads here, so rust isn't much of an issue. I did a quick inspection on the bottom of this truck and it's rust free. Now, it is possible that the frame has been replaced at some point in the past. I don't know the history on the truck, but at least at this point it looks really good, and my guess is that it's probably a local truck and hasn't seen any salt before. You can see with the interior too that the truck's been really well cared for. So that's a review of the first generation model of the Toyota Tacoma. Although the vehicle's grown quite a bit in size in the 2nd and 3rd generation models and advanced quite a bit overall in terms of luxury and tech features, there's something really special about this first generation model. The fact that it's so much smaller and just the basic simplicity of the truck continues to make it a classic in today's market, and I expect that it will continue to be a classic for many years to come. This first generation model of the Tacoma also has a legendary reputation for reliability and durability and impressive off-road capability. If you have any comments or questions on the Tacoma, leave them in the section below. For more car reviews, be sure to subscribe. In the meantime, thanks for watching.